who has their neck.
All I have to do is look up.
I just need to look up.
That was my nephew, Donald.
And it's the Republicans. It's God and guns, or it's what's the other one? The 3 Bs: borders, bullets, and babies. These issues mean these are emotional issues to a certain subgroup of people, but your everyday life typically not. I don't want to. I'm going to be too. I don't want a generalization about it because I can't sum it up. But that is important to some people, but not everybody. And the issues of everyday life are not consumed by borders, bullets, and babies.
Or God's gays and guns either.
Right, exactly. God, gays, and guns. That's it. And as long as they can focus on God, gays, and guns, we can't focus on the fact that CEOs are earning on average 300 times what your average grunt on the production line is earning. That's the issue today. And as long as that continues, this country is going the wrong way, and it's the issue, how do you get some sort of equity back in the system so people on the bottom have a chance? And inflation, patience is all. So the bottom 10 to 15%, they're struggling. The remainder of the public, it's a question of this country's soft, and they have no patience. By this time next year, inflation will have subsided, and gas prices will have come back down to normal. And, it's just, people have no patience.
Well,
they can't tolerate it until it passes, or until the war in Ukraine is over. That's when things will get back to normal. Until then, suck it up.
I hate to tell you, Tom, but many of the economists that I interview think that there is going to be a recession and things are going to get worse, and that's what they tell me. I don't know.
Well, they may be right, but all right. Say if it's not next summer, the following first quarter of the following year. If we ride out a small recession, we'll be back on track the spring of the beginning of the following year. And I don't rule out the possibility of a small recession.
Okay. All right. I got to go. Thank you very much, Tom.
All right, bye.
Bye. Don't forget, I'll be here tomorrow, noon until 3. We can always argue the issues of the day then. But on those weekday shows, we don't have as much time to give you. You'll be calling here complaining about I hung up on you. Well, I did, because I have to get to traffic. Don't forget New Horizon Theater. They've got one more weekend of One Monkey Don't Stop No Show. Audiences are loving it. They think it's great. I hope you will get out and see it. Get your tickets at Dorsey's, Brown Bay for Tickets, anywhere that you can. Good night, everybody. It's always a joy to talk to you all. Bye.
Highlighting female entrepreneurs. Sponsored by Indeed. AJ Smith is a trailblazing entrepreneur. She started her own lip gloss line at 3 years old. Her mom says she's learning a ton of skills early in life.
It's math, it's science, it's reading, it's measuring. It's so much more when we're doing it as a family we're teaching her that she doesn't know. It's just fun.
Need hires who dazzle without the hassle? You need Indeed. Their powerful platform helps you attract, interview, and hire candidates all in one place. Visit Indeed.com/credits.
When you're an innovative business, every blinking cursor is an opportunity. What will you do with it? Will you make something better or create something new? Our Dell Technologies advisors provide you with expertise and tools with Windows 11 to do credible things. Because we believe there's an innovator in all of us. To do more with a Latitude laptop, Dell Technologies recommends Windows 11 Pro for business. Call a Dell Technologies advisor at 877-ASK-DELL.
Radio.com is now Odyssey. Download the Odyssey app and listen to KDKA and all the news, sports, and music podcasts.
KDKA and KDKA FM HD2 Pittsburgh, W261AX Pittsburgh.
An Odyssey station. From the Aetna Medicare Advantage Studios.
Pittsburgh's news, weather, and traffic station. News Radio, KDKA. This is CBS News
News on the Hour. Your home for original reporting.
I'm Monica Ricks in New York. At least 8 cities are dealing with deadly mass shootings this weekend, including Philadelphia, where 3 people died and hundreds ran for their lives at a nightclub.
So on some level, I'm just kind of in shock, I guess. I just can't believe this all happened.
3 others were killed near a bar in Chattanooga, Tennessee. People also died in shootings in Arizona, South Carolina, and Georgia. Now a new CBS News poll shows that more Americans want stricter gun laws. CBS's Anthony Salvanto.
You do see big majorities in favor of things like background checks on potential gun buyers. Federal red flag laws get 3/4 majority support. A smaller majority, but a majority, a nationwide ban on semi-automatic weapons.
But senators have said bans and background checks are off the table. In Nigeria, there has been a major terror attack.
At least 50 people are feared dead. Officials say gunmen attacked worshipers at a Catholic church. It happened in Ondo State, the country's southwest region. The identity and motive of the attackers is unknown.
That's CBS's Jerika Duncan. The U.S. and South Korea are now responding to North Korea's latest missile tests by firing 8 surface-to-surface missiles earlier today. North Korea has conducted at least 18 rounds of missile testing so far this year. Experts worry nuclear tests could be next. Former Virginia Congressman Denver Riggleman says the January 6th committee has a compelling case to make to the American people now.
Was this an attempted coup? Personal opinion? Yes.
Riggleman on CNN earlier today. Public hearings on last year's insurrection start Thursday. Everything from groceries and gas prices, even flights are more expensive than they were a year ago. Here's CBS's Tom Waite.
One reason for the long lines, staffing shortages. The 4 major U.S. airlines have 10% fewer workers than before the pandemic, but the hassles aren't stopping some passengers.
We're doing a lot of traveling this summer.
AAA says gas prices are also up this weekend. The national average now $4.84 a gallon. Founding member and former Bon Jovi bassist Alec John Such has died at 70. He was with the band through the early 90s, but he came back in 2018 when Bon Jovi was inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
These guys are the best. I could get a little teary here, so bear with me. We had so many great times together, and we wouldn't be here if it wasn't for those guys. Love them to death, always will.
This is CBS News.
Get CBS News Radio on the Odyssey app. All the audio that matters to you is on Odyssey. News, music, sports, and podcasts. Download the Odyssey app today.
This Inside Edition report is sponsored by Indeed. Unsafe driving around school buses is frustrating parents across America.
Deputies recently took us on a special detail cracking down on drivers who failed to stop when students are boarding a bus.
What does every driver need to do when they see a school bus in front of them in the morning?
Slow down. Need hires who dazzle without the hassle? You need Indeed. Their powerful platform helps you attract, interview, and hire candidates all in one place. Visit Indeed.com/credits.
When you're an innovative business, every blinking cursor is an opportunity. What will you do with it? Will you make something better or create something new? Our Dell Technologies advisors provide you with expertise and tools with Windows 11 to do incredible things. Because we believe there's an innovator in all of us. To do more with a Latitude laptop, Dell Technologies recommends Windows 11 Pro for business. Call a Dell Technologies advisor at 877-ASK-DELL.
Volunteers with Lei of Aloha traveled from Maui to Uvalde, Texas, bringing a mile-long lei as a symbol of peace and healing.
What's even more exhausting to these volunteers is the fact that they've now been to about a half a dozen mass shootings.
This should never be happening, especially to our keiki.
Ron Panzo founded Lei of Aloha.
And it just felt like the right thing to do.
And today they bring comfort. In the town square, they invited up parents who lost children, siblings who lost brothers or sisters. Cindy Castillo lost her granddaughter.
It was beautiful, peaceful, created a sense of calmness.
That's KGMB reporter Sammy Solina. Tropical storm Alex is now strengthening after soaking South Florida. Forecasters say it's packing 60-mile-an-hour winds and should pass near or just north of Bermuda tomorrow. Monica Ricks, CBS News.
Your source for the AccuWeather forecast. Hear it on News Radio KDKA.
News Radio KDKA. Covered by JP Roofing and Siding.
Diabetes, high blood pressure, anxiety meds, everyone's on them. If you're a 50-year-old male, maybe a bit porky, and you may even have type 2 diabetes, $1 million of term insurance may only cost you about $200 a month. Call Term Provider. Speak with Big Lou at 800-859-3220. Big Lou will find a term life policy for you even if you have type 2 diabetes, are overweight, or have high blood pressure. Term Provider has helped thousands of people like you who think they can't afford term life insurance. To buy $1 million of affordable term life for you, all you need to do is call Big Lou at 800-859-3220. Lou will make sure the scales are tipped in your favor. Call 800-859-3220. Big Lou will answer your call and work to fit you into a term life policy that you can afford. Remember, Big Lou's like you. He's on meds too. For affordable term life, call 800-859-3220.
Remember what a fresh coat of paint can do for morale inside your home or office? Talking about my own morale. You've got to call CertaPro painters like I did. The power of pro. CertaPro painters have powers far beyond those of ordinary painters, and they do the job right. Each CertaPro painter's business is independently owned and operated. CertaPro painters, the power of pro. Schedule your free estimate at CertaPro.com. That's Certa with a C. Please get a free estimate. That's CertaPro painters.
The following is a test of the emergency alert system. Station is testing its emergency alert system equipment. The EAS will provide timely emergency warnings. This station serves the Pittsburgh Extended Operational Area. This concludes this emergency alert system test.
Join Rob Pratt every Sunday at 11 a.m. for Black and Gold Sunday, presented by Coons Market, your hometown Pittsburgh grocer. Rob keeps you posted on Pittsburgh sports with 2 hours of exciting talk. That's Black and Gold Sunday, 11 to 1, presented each week by Coons Market.
At KDKARadio.com, experience Larry Richert as you've never heard him. It's raw. It's real. It's Pittsburgh. It's Larry Richert Unfiltered, and it posts every Tuesday at KDKARadio.com. Larry Richert Unfiltered is brought to you by Gina GM Petro of Remax Select Realty and by Gutter Helmet. Call 888-5HELMET today. Tuesdays only on KDKARadio.com.
Now, here's the up-to-the-minute KDKA AccuWeather forecast.
Brought to you by Matthews Wall Anchor and Waterproofing. Call 1-800-284-7471. MatthewsWallAnchor.com.
Partly cloudy for tonight, the low 59. Then for tomorrow, times clouds and sunshine, high 83. Periods of rain and a thunderstorm later tomorrow night, low 63. Then mostly cloudy Tuesday, a couple of showers and a thunderstorm, high 72. For AccuWeather, I'm John Feerick, 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Good evening and welcome to Amplify, a telephone talk show that looks at life from a religious perspective. I'm Father Ron Lingwin, hoping that you have felt the warmth of God's love in your life today, especially the joy that comes from sharing that love with others. As we do each week, I'd like to begin our program on this Feast of Pentecost with a story that is based on faith and formed with imagination, kind of a platform for the discussion that we will have this evening. Peter said to Jesus, Master, what is the most precious gift anyone could give you? Jesus smiled and asked Peter, why do you want to know? I just want to know, Peter said. It's important to me. Jesus smiled while he thought for a while and then answered, the most precious gift anyone could give me would be something I could cherish in my heart, where it would grow in worth and never die. It would be for a man to tell me he loves me and respects my Father, our Father, and will do all that is within his power to follow the Father's rules. But Master, Peter said, how can something you can't see be a gift? Jesus answered, look around, Peter. Tell me what you see. I see a stone, the earth, sky,